An architect and civil engineer has told FIJ that the newly inaugurated vice president's residence in Abuja shouldn't cost anywhere near the reported billion naira figure. Speaking with FIJ on Tuesday, the engineer, who requested anonymity, expressed disbelief at the amount spent to complete the building, which had been significantly constructed during Goodluck Jonathan's administration. Anything they are using to finish this shouldn't be up to a billion naira. Think in the range of millions, she stated. On June 7th, the federal government inaugurated the vice president's official residence, built at a cost of 21 billion naira, located at 3 Arms Zone, Abuja. The residence was initially awarded for 7 billion naira during Jonathan's tenure in 2010, but was left unfurnished for his deputy, Namadi Sambo. When Muhammadu Buhari took office in 2015, he deemed the residence a low priority, and Yemi Osinbajo, the vice president at the time, stayed at the Akinola Aguda house for 8 years. 13 years later, in November 2023, the Bola Tinubu administration announced plans to renovate and complete the residence for 15 billion naira, sparking public outrage. Eventually, the government claimed the project was completed with an additional 14 billion naira, bringing the total to 21 billion naira. You see, say Tinubu no get head. Honestly, you no get head, and those who they support him. So even Buhari, what would they say? You know, even serious, did not even bother to even spend that money. Unfortunately, in the other areas, he goofed in other areas. So Oshibajo stayed somewhere else. They didn't even bother to spend that. And you can imagine, Tinubu is telling Nigerians to sacrifice. So what makes, and within less than a year, within few months, they finished it. Now, they got that money, they finished it. They finished the project. In this hard time, when people talk, they go talk, say that they talk anyhow. 21 billion naira. For what? Even 1 billion naira, why should they even do that? Why can't they manage? You can imagine. You can just imagine. No wonder he said he will continue from where Buhari stops, and he has taken it even beyond the expectations of those who even voted in him. You can imagine. They talk about Yach. They say it was there. Everything, he just bringing everything, just to satisfy himself. People are still talking about the 160 million SUV bought for these senators. Talk about many things like that. Tinubu is a mistake that ought not to have happened. Is a mistake, honestly speaking. You go see, and waiting when you enjoy, see the way you look. No wonder they fall up and down. See the way they look, even the money they show for your body. I don't just understand. In those days, when you see people who are elderly, as from 50s, their reasoning is always, different, because they have seen it all. What is it? But this one's what I mean is that what again should be freaking Tinubu at this age? What has he not seen, if not for greed? Akperi ogonogo oju kokoro. Akperi ogonogo oju kokoro. Greed. And people are talking, they say, leave him alone. They still want to go and buy. Now we are hearing that they're going to buy aircraft that worth almost a trillion naira, 900 and something billion naira for the two of them. You see? And they will tell you, oh, everything is there. We know your pain, sacrifice, this and that. The one that they call a mockery, is a mockery to himself and his family. He's telling Nigerians that what are Nigerians contributing? Nigerians have not contributed anything. And meanwhile, they are telling Nigerians to sacrifice. All of you who are living, we know that you know the truth. Buhala, FFK is even trying to manage himself. He's not really coming out the way he used to come out. FFK and Omokri, God will judge all of you. Buhala, God will judge all of you, because we know what you usually stand for. And in this case, you are turning everything upside down. God will judge all of you. You can imagine what they are going to spend. And an architect is coming out to tell us that it's not supposed to be up to 1 billion naira in the first place. It's not as if they started that project. When I just saw that house, I said, waiting, they inside this one. Of course, they wouldn't have, if I thought they spend, this guy would not go. Let's say the architect is telling us that they spend maybe roughly 1 billion naira. Let's even say, okay, If whether they spend, they want to okay, they wouldn't have spent more than 5 billion naira, and they are telling us kokambu story. Tinubu wife, that one they form a class where she no be. They don't want Nigeria money, but see what is happening. See what is happening. The woman who could not even talk for women, for girls who were being maltreated by all these Fulani S-men. Even while she was in the house as a senator, she was even challenging somebody else. Is that the one that we want to think about Nigerians, that Nigerians are hungry? She told us that a Muslim ticket, we have tried Christian Muslim ticket. Now Muslim ticket is going to be better. What are we now seeing? What are we now seeing? FIJ investigation revealed that by December 2012, the building was near completion. The Senate Committee on FCT Matters had even rejected Sambu's request for an additional 9 billion naira for furniture, fencing, and a banquet hall. An image from 2012 showed the residence close to completion, contradicting claims of the need for such substantial additional funds. Media reports from 2019 indicated that the residence was nearly finished before Nyesom Wike, Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, resumed work on it in November. Within, it's not even 7 months, they don't finish them. The engineer emphasized that the building wasn't new and questioned the necessity of the extra billions. She noted the old architectural design suggested it was likely constructed 40 to 50 years ago. The building looks about 40-50 years old based on its design. Exactly, because when I say, okay, oh, it is a classical style indicating it is not newly built, she explained. She estimated that completing the already advanced structure, including furnishing, should not exceed 100 million naira from where it was in 2012. About 80 million naira would finish it and 20 million naira for furnishing, she added. When informed it was the vice president's residence, she considered the cost might rise due to the stringent standard, but still maintained it could be done for under a billion naira. At the inauguration, Wike justified the cost, saying this project awarded in 2010 as 7 billion naira was abandoned in 2012. In January, we revised the budget to 21 billion naira, adding 14 billion naira more. The public remains skeptical, questioning where the additional billion truly went. Your guess is as good as mine. We thank God Almighty for all this happening this day, but remember, posterity will tell why the punishment of God Almighty await the evil ones. Time, my friends, time. Thunder will fire all of them that harbors evil against this country. If not Nigeria's money, can any of them release such money from their accounts to build house for themselves? Thieves that call themselves leaders, looting and sharing public fund for themselves. Incredible Nigeria. Can someone please explain and make justification as to why this vice president's lodge is so important to the welfare of Nigerians? All this agbado, they will come and praise them. The same criminals find it so hard to increase minimum wage to workers. So guys, let's say your opinion and have your say on this.